So I had an interesting conversation with an individual the other day. And again, it was this, I see this play out again and again. It's this victim mindset, but the individual said this: Mark, you don't understand. I'm so alone. I feel so alone. Nobody gets me, whether it's at home or here. And that's the part where I'd say, hey, I hear you, but time out. Let's start challenging this story. Let's start to investigate and get below, because I'm going to tell you right now, there's a reason why you feel alone. When I feel alone, it's because I am pushing other people away. When I feel alone, it's because I am denying other people access to what's really going on in here and in here. See, I created my own isolation. I remember in my absolute low, I was surrounded by friends and family. And I know that they loved me. But the story that I actually created and believed, I pushed them out, I put the walls up. Nobody understood. Nobody wanted to help. I was the consummate victim and blamed everybody else. But there's a reason why I felt so alone. And it's because I created this isolation. So I don't know if you feel alone right now with wherever you are in life, but I want you to consider that you are creating the loneliness, and by actually dropping the ego, letting the walls down, walking through, and I know it seems terrifying. It was so terrifying for me to actually share with my family, share with my friends that I was depressed and I did not want to go on living anymore. And it was in that act of confidence that actually ended up saving my life. And once I began to open up, the loneliness, just a little bit at a time, it's like the wall started to crack and a little bit of light came through. And then as I just opened up a little bit more, all the stuff I've been holding in and actually shared openly, I had nothing to lose. So as I began to share, it was then that I gained everything. Have you ever experienced that? You're terrified and you have so much, you're just in over your head. And it's that fear that keeps you in this place. And then finally, when you say, I have nothing left to lose, I surrender, it is only then you begin to gain everything that you've been wanting. So I'm curious where this is showing up in your life, where you're feeling alone or alienated or isolated. And instead of blaming, saying, you know what, I'm creating this by putting up my walls. I am tearing these walls down. I am taking a sledgehammer and hit by hit by hit, I am breaking down this wall so I can open up and say, here is what is going on. Not to receive pity, not to receive sympathy, but just to share, to connect with other individuals. And the crazy thing is it only takes one person to connect one time to see that it can happen, and it will happen. And then as I begin to walk through the guilt and the shame and begin to open up with everything that's been going on, more and more people go, wow, I see you. You know, your walls were up, and I just thought, well, what's the use? But now that you're opening up, now that I can tell you want to be here, and you're exposing these lies, the BS stories up here. It is a beautiful thing. And then a little bit after a little bit, each time, opening more and more, it's incredible at how other people around you will rally for support. So I'm going to have you consider the question, and it's a question today. And that question is this: how have you created the loneliness? And again, not from a place of guilt or shame or pointing the finger, but a place from liberation. Of, man, I've created this loneliness, therefore I can create an openness and a togetherness. Whether it's with people you already know or strangers. That's the beautiful thing about church or meetings or whatever it is you can share and be open. And people go, man, me too. So I'm going to challenge you. If you're feeling lonely, start to break down those walls, because it's an internal job. Nobody's coming to save you. That's the crazy thing. I used to think somebody needed to come save me. No, I was able to save myself by opening up and getting the help and reaching out to those around me, even strangers, ironically. And it's amazing that when I am willing to surrender, the teacher shows up.